A husband calls 911 and says his wife is dead. At first, it appeared to be a heartbreaking tragedy inside a Texas home. But as investigators began uncovering evidence, they started to question whether the truth was very different from the story they had been told. In 2020, Maria Muñoz was found dead inside the home she shared with her husband, Joel Pellot. Her husband was a certified registered nurse anesthetist, told authorities that his wife had taken her own life. For investigators, the case initially appeared straightforward, but as detectives examined the scene and reviewed medical evidence, serious questions began to emerge. According to court records, Maria was found with several powerful drugs in her system. The medications were commonly used in medical settings and were substances that Pellot had access to through his profession. Investigators soon began looking deeper into the couple's relationship. Friends and family described Maria as a devoted mother who loved her children. They also told investigators that she had been experiencing difficulties in her marriage and had become increasingly concerned about her future. As the investigation continued, detectives discovered something that would become a major part of the case. Maria had kept journals and personal writings documenting her life, her marriage, and her concerns. Prosecutors later argued that these writings painted a picture very different from the one presented by Joel Pellot after her death. Authorities also examined phone records, financial information, witness statements, and medical evidence. Piece by piece, investigators began building a case that challenged the original explanation. Rather than believing Maria had chosen to end her own life, prosecutors concluded that she had been murdered. Joel Pellot was eventually arrested and charged in connection with his wife's death. During the trial, prosecutors argued that the evidence showed careful planning and pointed to Pellot as the person responsible. The defense strongly disagreed, maintaining that the prosecution's theory was flawed and that the evidence did not prove murder beyond a reasonable doubt. Over the course of the proceedings, jurors heard testimony from investigators, medical experts, and witnesses connected to the case. They were asked to evaluate a complex investigation built on forensic findings, personal writings, and the events leading up to Maria's death. In the end, the jury sided with prosecutors. Joel Pellot was found guilty of murdering Maria Muñoz, bringing years of questions and uncertainty to a close. What began as a reported suicide inside a Texas home ultimately became a murder investigation that exposed hidden problems within a marriage and revealed a very different version of events. And for many who followed the case, one question still lingers. If investigators had accepted the original story at face value, would the truth about what happened to Maria Muñoz have ever been uncovered?